evening, ladies and gentlemen. How is everybody here in Paris for the world premiere of Fantastic Beasts: The Crimes of Grindelwald? It is an absolute honour to be here to celebrate this fantastical world that has been created by J.K. Rowling, who will be here a little bit later on. Is anyone here excited to see the woman who created this world that we all love? Great! She's also going to be joined by some of the cast, as it's already been mentioned, and a lot of the filmmakers. And we would love for you guys to get involved tonight. As Jeannie said, we are going to be live to over 20 cinemas in France, but also around the world globally, streaming from 7:15 to an estimated audience of 80 million people. So you've got to make sure you can be as loud as you possibly can here in Paris and give the cast and crew of this extraordinary film the welcome that they deserve. Are you ready for that? Yes? You promise me? Good. So close. As Ezra absolutely works it for the cameras at the end of the red carpet. Taking time to sign fans.
Right up as Ezra walks right by me. He's going to be coming right up in just a minute to talk to me a bit more about what it was like taking on that mantle of that incredible character, Nicolas Flamel. Right now he's taking a few pictures in front of all of the photographers, and then he's going to just come right with me for a minute and we will chat a little bit about his role and what it was like for him coming on to this film, Fantastic Beasts: The Crimes of Grindelwald. And here he is. L'immense Jude Law. Nadilam qui se prête au jeu des photographes, qui joue Youssouf Kama, adulte, une sorcière pur sang. Un grand moment de réunion pour beaucoup des acteurs qui ne sont pas vus sûrement depuis un beau moment ce soir à cette avant-première mondiale.
Elle a parfaitement compris. Non, je vais expliquer, il m'a dit, il n'y a pas de tout, il n'y a rien. Voilà, je dis tout est au mieux.
Commander, Theseus Commander, please give a warm welcome to Callum Turner.
Nous ce soir, vous voyez devant les photographes le jeune Isaac Domingo qui joue le jeune Youssouf Kama. Bonsoir. gentlemen, so many of you have been waiting for her. She's just come out of the car.
Alison looking absolutely stunning. Also
allow me to welcome you.
Et, je veux dire que c'est vraiment magnifique que vous soit le film Les Animaux Fantastiques se passe magnifique à Paris. Et nous sommes ravis de la pratique d'un événement mondial ici et dans tout. Nous espérons que vous l'aimez. Je veux dire que... Voilà. Je veux dire... À vos baguettes. Alors, bonsoir. That was literally all the French I know.
Congratulations on this incredible film.
Thank you, Edith.
How does it feel to be here?
It feels extraordinary. It feels pretty extraordinary to be here in Paris. So this film is set in Paris. It's always been one of my favourite cities in the world, and so to bring it home here is just the most wondrous thing.
Now, since we last saw Newt, he's published a book.
He's published
pretty
a book.
famous.
He's become quite famous, as you can imagine. Newt's not great with fame. So.
Doesn't like it. Why is that?
Because he's pretty agoraphobic. I don't think he really likes people, so having sort of fans, or he's not comfortable with people anyway, so having fans is a bit odd for him.
He still takes on these incredible challenges that are placed in front of him. Why do you think he does that?
What I love about Newt, and actually Dumbledore says it in the film, is he has an extraordinary heart, and he's a kind human and a very empathetic wizard. And he knows that the stakes are getting too high in this film, and so he has to make choices. And that's what I found kind of most intriguing.
And it's beautiful to watch this relationship with Dumbledore. And
we love Dumbledore.
It's so great to watch. What was your emotion when you first saw the film?
Do you know, one of the most wonderful things about watching these films is there are so many people behind the scenes, whether it's puppeteers, set designers, vis effects designers, who literally whittle together this incredible things that we have no sense of until we see it. So the scale of it, but also the creatures. Like I flippin' love Newt's Beast, and in this film we have baby nifflers.
I want a Kelpie. I want a Kelpie.
Aren't they great?
I want a Kelpie.
I get to ride a Kelpie underwater. The zoo, the Chinese creature. It's a whole raft of new beasts. So that's a huge amount of fun.
Well, thank you for coming up to chat to us. I know there are many people who want to chat to you down there.
Look at that.
We'll
That's so amazing.
We'll send you back down if that's okay. Thank you for
Absolutely.
chatting. It's lovely to see
So
you,
nice
sir.
to see you
Take
too.
care. Thank you so much. The fabulous Eddie Redmayne, everyone. Have a great night. Hello, David Yates. How are you?
Very good, thank you.
Pretty wetty, isn't it?
It's always amazing, isn't it? We always do this every 2 years, don't we?
It's like
You
reading.
can put the clips back to back. Oh, here we are in Paris, here we are in London.
Please let it never stop.
Exactly, but probably won't for a little while.
Well, I wanted to ask, where do you start? What's the starting point for you in filming this film? What was the starting point?
I get an email from Miss Rowling, and she says, here's the script, let me know what you think. And then it's a process of about 6 months, maybe 8 months of notes back and forth. And as we're doing that, this wonderful machine starts to kick into the process. The production team, the art department, the visual effects guys, they start, as we're working on the script, they start to sort of fall in place behind us, and then eventually we get to the point where we're ready to shoot something, and that's 6 months of filming. So it's a two, as you know, it's a 2-year cycle. It literally is a 2-year cycle. I time my holidays around it, and everything else in my life around this cycle, and it kind of works.
How much do you know? Because this is obviously part 2 of 5 parts.
I've been told very strictly not to say anything whatsoever because I am so indiscreet and I cannot. I've been dying to talk about the third script that JK sent me a number of weeks ago. I want to tell everybody how cool it is, and I'm not.
That's how I feel about this film, because I've been lucky enough to see it, and someone asked me the other day, and I said it's like the perfect birthday present, because what's inside it is amazing, and everything else around it is just, it's been wrapped in the perfect way.
Wow, that sounds good. We should put that on the poster. That sounds cool. It is. It's a very. I felt that when I read the script. It was very different to the first film. Very layered, quite complex, quite a lot on its mind, and that was the big challenge when we made it. Is kind of keeping it all balanced in a way, and some real revelations, and it sort of in a way it lures you in, hopefully for the longer journey as well. Yeah.
How was it for you going back to Hogwarts?
It was very strange because Dan, Rupert and Emma weren't there, and Ivana and Matthew. So I walked into this classroom and they weren't around, and all these students came in, and I thought, this doesn't feel right somehow. And then Jude walked in as Dumbledore, and I thought, I'm home. That's fine. I'm home. It's cool. It makes sense.
The last thing I want to ask you before I give you back to your adoring, I mean, just the most amazing bunch of people, but when you have a character that you have spent a lot of time with at a certain point, and now you're going back to a younger version of him, has that been a wonderful sort of exploration?
Totally. And he's a very he's a human being that's being formed into the character that we discover later on in the stories and the books and the films. And there's so much there to kind of, we only touch it briefly in this movie. There's a lot more to come as you see how he, as a character, is forged. And Jude is great. He's mischievous, he's warm, he's funny, and he's got a real grace about him. So perfect Dumbledore.
So excited for people to see it.
Yeah.
See you in 2 years, yes?
See you in 2 years. Oh yeah. I'll tell you when we leave. No, I won't, because I can't.
Thank you. Have a great night. Thank you, David. Take care. Hello, Dan Fogler. How are you? I'm good. It's lovely to see you. Is it? It's huge, isn't it?
It's awesome. I love when Newt opened up the box and we were all inside his case.
Yeah.
That's me.
How are you doing? Jacob's back. There's so much love for Jacob on that red carpet earlier when we were chatting to fans. They love you.
They love it. They love the fans of the franchise are really quite awesome. Even before I was in the movie, go to the cons and
Yeah.
just like, welcome to the family.
It's amazing.
But,
We-
it's all working out okay.
Yeah, Jacob, he's kind of confused as to where he is when we find him in this film. Can you set up where we are? We're in Paris.
It's like a train.
Where do we find him at the start of this film? Where is Jacob?
He is in like a dream. He is in a love-drunk stupor. Well, I don't want to ruin it, but yeah, it was a really fun scene to play.
There's a wonderful chemistry and partnership with you and Eddie Redmayne between you and Jacob. What do you think the connection is between those two characters?
Yeah, it's the bromance there. I think it's similar to a lot of archetypical characters throughout Hollywood history and even mythological history. People see the two body types together. They whatever they think, it's like Laurel and Hardy, or they think Sherlock and Watson, or whatever they're already kind of template they're putting on that, and then we are bringing our awesomeness to it and our relationship, the new twist and JK's twist
And the beasts.
and the beast. We got the beast going,
And Queenie.
and the Queenie of it all, and the Tina of it all, and yeah, it's I love the scenes in this one. The first one, the relationship was built on, with me and Newt, it was built on him like, how do I talk to people? I like to talk the creatures.
Yeah.
And this one is like, how do I talk to Tina? And it becomes like, oh man, that's.
He's his confidant.
Say what?
He's his confidant.
Exactly. And he's, they help each other out along the adventure. It's classic friendship, hero's journey storytelling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen, I love the film. It's absolutely brilliant. I can't wait for the next one as well.
Yeah, me too.
But I can't say anything. Have a great night tonight. There's so many people want to see. So busy on that carpet
Yeah.
now. It's crazy. But it's great to have you here.
Dankeschön.
Everybody, let's hear it for
Darling,
please.
Dankeschön. Thank you for. Wait a minute. That's not French. Ah, Paris.
Thank you.
Have a good night.
red carpet among the many new characters here with us in this film tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, once again on the red carpet, Zoe Kravitz, who plays Lita Lestrange. Okay.
This is the exceptional Ezra Miller. Hello, sir. How are you? It's great to see you.
Good to see you too.
It's so great to see you. I don't know if your mic's working. I'm going to use mine. It's
Microphone.
not.
Microphone
It is.
check.
It's working now. Right, Creedence. He's had a few answers since the last film,
And as we know about answers,
but he's still got some questions.
well, answers raise questions, don't they?
It's like a
when have you
vicious
ever
circle.
figured? Yeah, which my dad said he always said it would be a great name for a bicycle shop, Vicious Cycles. Which I think is a great idea, and we should really start it. Shouldn't have given that idea away. Dang it. Sorry, Dad.
To millions of people watching.
I know,
around
and
the
he's
world.
here tonight. He's going to be furious.
Your dad's here.
He has my mother and my father,
Oh my God, that's
and some
wonderful.
friends whom I love very deeply.
Oh, I love that they've come to celebrate with you.
Well, we love it here in Paris.
Well, this film has got
So,
a.
given
big-
the opportunity, we all, flock.
Can you tell me what Creedence's motivation is in this film, in this episode of Fantastic Beasts? What is his motivation?
Sure, he wants to identify. He wants to figure out who he is and what he is and what he can possibly do to save himself, because he's dying fast. This corrosive energy in his body. So
Yeah, and do you think he has any weaknesses? Do you see that he has any
yeah,
weaknesses?
immense weaknesses. Certainly, of course. I think he's an incredibly vulnerable person, psycho-emotionally, and even physically, save for this magical power that has now begun to burst forth, and he's starting to be able to manifest some degree of control or agency over. So, apart from that, I think he's a barrel of weaknesses.
There's a wonderful theme of family throughout this film on so many levels and connected to different characters.
Yeah.
But family, when it comes to this cast, is that how you would describe this experience?
Yeah, and I just cannot limit it to the cast, because
And the
it's
crew.
really it is a cast and crew of like thousands of people
Yeah.
who do an unbelievable amount of the most incredible work to make this shamanic vision that we present to you this evening. Yes.
I'm going to use that word from now on. That might be my new favorite word, shamanic.
Well, that's what cinema really is, right? Get some people in a dark space. You give them like corn and different medicines like high fructose corn syrup and lots of corn. You just give them a lot of corn, and then they all share this experience, this visionary experience of sound and light together, and collectively learn, have a journey.
Yeah, but all individually take something from it, which I think this
So it
film-
is sort of a modern shamanism.
There we go.
Especially Joe Rowling, I think, is a bit of a modern shaman, operating on some sort of mass scale.
What's she like?
Oh, she's just totally lovely, fantastic, warm,
I'm so
kind,
nervous to talk
loving,
to her.
very supportive of all of us at all stages of this process. Like, makes us all feel like we're doing an okay job, enough that we don't melt down and stop doing the job. She drops by and she'll tell us things we need to know at the exact time we need to know them.
Great. I'm hoping she'll do the same for me when she comes up
I'm sure
tonight.
she will. I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure she will.
And congratulations on this film. It really is, I think, exceptional, and it is great to see you. Thank you so much
Wonderful
for
to see
stopping
you.
by. The
Yeah.
fabulous
Thank
Ezra
you.
Miller.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
Delighted.
Thank you.
Delighted.
Let me help you down.
No, that's all right.
You sure? Okay. Thank you, Ezra. Yeah, I think so.
Almost ready for Joe.
Nice, isn't it? Okay, cool. Ladies and gentlemen, it is the fabulous J.K. Rowling. She's here, everyone! Do you know what was wonderful? Jeannie was talking to all the fans down there earlier on tonight as we were waiting for people arriving, and fan after fan after fan after fan. It's just they're so excited to have you here and to see you.
It's an honour to be here. I absolutely love France. It's an honour.
Congratulations on this film and this
Thank you.
beautiful story and the next chapter in this world that is just, again, what you've created is exceptional. What were you most excited about this new film?
I think in this movie you really get into the you really start to get into the big themes of this story that predates Harry Potter, but you see bits of it in Harry Potter, so that's the bit that was most fun.
And it's fabulous to see these characters that we've got to know from the first film, but all these new ones that are introduced, and that must be great for you to see these things that you've created, you know, kind of forming relationships on screen and seeing it come to life.
Absolutely, and I have to say we've got the most incredible cast ever assembled on a screen, so we are so privileged to have them. It's been a pure joy.
We have fans here from all over the world who are watching tonight, some 80 million of them.
I don't want to think about that.
Do you have a message, a word you'd like to pass to them? Un petit mot peut-être à tous les fans autour du monde qui sont en train de regarder ce soir en live streaming.
Well, I would like to say that this fandom is the most remarkable in the world, for me, obviously, and their loyalty and their passion for these stories really is the reason that I went back, because without that I don't think I would have written these movies.
Oh, J.K. Rowling, thank you so much.
Thank
Such
you.
a treat to have you here in Paris for this world premiere.
It's wonderful.
Enjoy. Thank you so much. The
Good evening.
extraordinary J.K. Rowling, everyone. Thank you. Okay.
All right, I'm good. Very good.
Because I understand it in my response. What can I say?
Wait, I think they're ready for us. Yes, hello everyone. We're just doing a little French lesson here with Jude Law. Bonsoir Jude.
Bonsoir.
Alors ça vous fait quoi d'être ici à Paris ce soir?
C'est merveilleux d'être ici.
Très bien, c'est un bon début.
Merci.
So J.K. Rowling has always said that Dumbledore is one of her favorite characters.
Yeah.
That's a lot of pressure. What went through your head when you heard that you got the part?
A lot of pressure. Responsibility to the wizarding world. But, you know, she gave me great insight, and it's a wonderful character to work on as an actor. Lots and lots of layers, and obviously we all know a little about the backstory of Albus Dumbledore. In this film, we start to see and understand a little of what and how he deals with that backstory. And in the hands of David Yates, who was incredibly generous in letting me create, you know, very much my own character. Obviously, there are two very strong performances by two wonderful actors who play him in his old age. I got to go back and layer up, if you like, more of the younger man's complexities. And I felt like I was given great free range to do that.
And what was it like coming onto the set, playing perhaps the greatest wizard of all time? Did you prepare a little sleight of hand? Did you prepare anything on your...
You know the story.
I do.
I worked a little bit.
One.
I worked a little bit on my magic, only to be told that the magic was done by other magical people and didn't really need to come down to me. No, it's interesting. People often ask, obviously, what it was like to go back to Hogwarts. In truth, on the day, I felt it was my job to really do the work at hand, you know, and carry the class rather than lose my head. But looking now, seeing the film finished and the response, I'm just as excited as everyone else to have gone back. But in the moment, I was trying to be calm and in the body of Albus and just keep my cool, I suppose, is the saying.
Well, it's a wonderful performance. I've been lucky enough to see it, so thank you so much. And all of you are going to get a chance to see it pretty darn soon, I hope.
I hope so.
Thanks so much. Jude Law, have a wonderful evening.
Thank you. Merci.
Good night.
Good night.
I'm now joined by Callum Turner, who's the other Scamander brother.
Yes.
They're very different. They're very different.
No, they are very similar too. Both incredibly stubborn.
I can't work out good guy or bad guy.
Okay, well that's a good thing, right?
Is it?
Nice testament to Joe's writing. And
Yeah.
I think most of the characters like that. They can swing either way.
Was it something that did you work with Eddie in terms of talking about, you know, kind of where their relationship was as brothers and stuff?
We did that with Eddie and I. Eddie and I actually both from Chelsea, so we grew up going to prime time and the same swimming pool and the same parks. So we got that stuff for free. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I met a joke the other day that I didn't know my dad, and he was like, "What?" I do know who my dad is.
What is the atmosphere like on set for a film like this? You know, we were talking, Ezra was just talking about how, you know, it's not just the cast, it's the crew as well, who are an incredible amount of people who put in
These
such
guys
hard
have been
work.
together for a long time. Now, most of the Potter films, and if you're ever gonna trust and just jump in to filmmakers, it's these guys. And you know, it's part of history, isn't it?
But for you as an actor, and these films have got such depth to them as well, and they've got such great messages, I think, as well. They incorporate into great action, great visuals and stuff as well. For you as an actor, what do you take from it? What do you get out of being part of something like this?
Do you know what? I just, as an actor, solely, I learned so much. I'm working with people who are at the top of their game, people who I've been watching for a long time, people I've been loving for a long time. It was a dream. It was a gift every single day. And you know, it's notoriously the nicest set in the universe of sets. So I just had the best time.
I love how much of a fan you are as well, because when we were up here, we've got the music playing here and it's beautiful, and you're like, I'm just waiting for something to happen.
I know, the music's a bit ominous. It's dangerous.
Listen, Callum, thank you so much for coming
Thank
to
you,
say
Edith.
hi. It's great to chat to you. Have a great night. Enjoy
Thank
the
you, you
premiere.
too.
Thank you so much, Callum.
Yeah. Am I facing which way? This way.
With me now is Zoe Kravitz, who plays Lita Lestrange.
Yes.
Hey, in the first one, we just saw you briefly in a picture. What was it like finally getting into the set, into the wizarding world? How did it feel?
It's an amazing world, and Jo, she creates such delicious characters, so it's such a beautiful thing as an actor to dive into that.
And plus, you're kind of in this crazy love triangle between Newt and Theseus. Tell us a bit about that.
You know, it's subtle and it's complicated. You know, friendships are complicated, love is complicated. Lita and Newt were really, really close when they were in Hogwarts, and I think that was partly because they're both outcasts in a way, and I think they found comfort in each other. And now he's come back, and I'm engaged to Theseus, so it's a little complicated. Yeah.
And what's it like? Is it fun playing a bad girl, if that's what Lita is? Would you describe her as a bad girl?
No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't really describe any of Jo's characters as one thing. I think that's the beautiful thing about the way she writes characters, is that everyone is gray, everyone is layered and complicated, and that's why the stories are so intriguing, I think.
Thank you so much, Zoe Kravitz.
Yeah,
We'll
thank
see you
you.
back up on stage in a bit. Thanks. Good night.
I'm now joined by Claudia King, who plays Nagini. How are you?
Great. It's
Yeah?
amazing to be here.
Isn't
The
it?
fans are so lovely.
Let's talk a little bit about your character. She has a wonderful relationship with Credence. Can you talk about why you think they've connected, why they have this bond has grown between them?
I think they relate to, she relates to his loneliness, his brokenness, and they're both seeking love. I think in a sense she's searching for her identity too, and he's the only one that really encourages her to leave the circus. And I think it's that freedom that she gets from him that motivates her to go on.
When you first read the script, what were the themes that you took away from it? What were the things you connected with, do you think?
I think it's always been friendship and love. Really, all of her stories have that message. And especially for this one, I think the danger is that we have fear along with love.
Yeah.
And that everyone has to make a choice.
Yeah, listen, it's so great to chat to you. Go and enjoy the rest of the premiere. We're going to get you guys all up here in just a minute. Congratulations, it's lovely to chat
Thank
to you.
you so
Claudia
much.
Kim,
It's so
everyone.
lovely.
Right. Hello, Alison. How are you?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm great. I just cheered when I saw Queenie back on stage. I love her as a character. Do you?
Yes, I do. I do forever. I care about her very much.
Can you talk about taking this character from the first to the second film and how she's changed, if she has, from the first film?
It was a challenge because for the first film, basically, I just had to continue to channel joy. That really is her. You know, she's just this unbelievable empath, and everything that she has in her spirit is flowing out with love and mischief. And then this time around, she's in much more complicated situations, kind of from the get-go. And I wanted to find a way to maintain that love and that overspilling joy of being alive, but she is put time and time again in quite compromising situations, and it was hard. It was hard, but I think, you know, David Yates is an extraordinary director, and it is a really interesting thing to go down. I think it's quite archetypical as well, the journey that she goes on. You know, the young maiden going into the underworld, you know, getting to learn about who she really is, and that's it was an exciting thing to delve into.
What do you think she wants in life? I know it's a big question, but what do you think she dreams of?
I think it's quite simple. I mean, she wants love and family. She's an orphan, and Tina was her only family, and then Jacob came into the picture, and Tina didn't approve of Jacob, so there became this sort of thing of like, okay, well, Jacob will be her only family, and then that's not allowed. So right then and there, that's quite complicated. And then she has this extraordinary gift, one that only great wizards have, but nobody treats it like that. Everybody says, you know, Queenie, knock it off, stop reading my mind. And so she has no idea how gifted and powerful she is, and I think that is actually something quite dangerous. And I think a lot of young women have that, where you don't know what's special about you. You think that what is different is bad, and you try and suppress it. And if somebody that doesn't have very good intentions sees that, they can
use it to their detriment.
Yeah.
You guys are in for such a treat. That's all we can say.
That's all we can say.
Thank you for chatting to us.
Oh,
It's great to see
of
the
course.
fabulous Alison Sudol, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you.
With me now, the producer, David Heyman. David, welcome to Paris.
Thank you. What a treat.
It is
Can't
a
we
treat.
do all of our premieres in Paris?
I know, it's wonderful. And what's so great in the movie, all of you guys are going to see when you get to see it, is Paris really comes alive. But it's a magical Paris, especially with details and things like the French Ministry of Magic. Tell us about how you went about making Paris so magical.
Well, one of the things we didn't get to do, unfortunately, was come to Paris. So it's a treat to be here for the premiere because we literally recreated the Paris in the film at the not very glamorous but really incredible Leavesden Studios. How do we create it? A combination of brilliant design from Stuart Craig and fantastic visual effects work. And Stuart Craig and his team, because it's a whole host of people in that department, the art department, who make the sets. And then, of course, we have Colleen Atwood, our costume designer, who designed the most wonderful and elegant costumes. So it's a patchwork, or it's a group of so many different people. And then, of course, our performers, our actors, and then David Yates doing the most magical of jobs.
And just very briefly, you know J.K. Rowling so well now. What's one thing about her that might surprise us that we don't know?
Well, I think the thing that would, I suppose people are somewhat surprised by, because they think, oh, she says it has to be a certain way. She's the most generous of collaborators. I mean, she knows her world better than anybody, but she also understands that she's writing a film here, and she has been so accommodating, so supportive of everybody involved, which she was all through the Harry Potters too. But in this, as the screenwriter, she's also just unbelievably collaborative.
That's wonderful. David, thank you so much. David Heyman, the producer.
Thank you very much. Thanks for being here.
Good night.
What?
I'm joined by Catherine Waterston. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm really great. Congratulations on this film.
Thank you so much.
Tina's been reinstated as an Auror.
Yeah.
But what do you think's her motivation, or what is her motivation to be in Paris in this film?
I think you start to see a bit of it in the first film, that a child in trouble is sort of her Achilles heel. I think particularly an orphan child, and that's Credence, and she's, as long as he's unsafe in the world, she has that concern to save him.
Yeah.
And I think that stems from her own childhood. She and Queenie were orphaned young, and she knows what it's like to be a bit lost in the world. And she pulled herself up by her bootstraps and is a very hardy woman. But yeah, I think she's just going to be forever distracted by Credence and his need until that is sorted.
How does she really feel about Newt?
I don't think she really likes him. I mean, I just don't see it. No, she's absolutely head over heels in love with him, and is starting to admit that to herself. But of course, in this film, though she's very sure-footed professionally, she's on very rocky ground romantically, because she thinks he's engaged to someone else. And because they're so busy trying to save the world, they don't have time to have a cup of tea and work it out and find out.
Shall it through.
Yeah, it's the difficulties of a long-distance relationship in the middle of a global crisis.
Maybe episode 3 then's the rom-com then.
Yeah. Well, actually, there's elements of that in this story, and from the beginning, a sort of his girl Friday bickering that I really enjoy.
Yeah, it's great to
It's
watch.
so much fun to play those scenes with Eddie.
Congratulations. It's great to chat
Thanks
to you. Thank
very
you
much.
for joining us. And it's
Thanks.
really great to see you. Have a great
Yeah,
night.
I'm going to get inside and get warm. Thanks.
Yeah, nice to see you. Bye, Catherine. I'll take Dan Fogler. How are you? I'm good. It's lovely to see you. Is it? It's huge, isn't it?
It's awesome. I love when Newt opened up the box and we were all inside his case. Where me?
Yeah.
We're here. That's me.
How are you doing? Jacob's back. There's so much love for Jacob on that red carpet earlier when we were chatting to fans. They love you.
They love it. They love the fans of the franchise are really quite awesome. Even before I was in the movie, go to the cons. And
Yeah.
just like, welcome to the family.
It's amazing.
But,
we,
it's all working out okay.
Yeah, Jacob, he's kind of confused as to where he is when we find him in this film. Can you set up where we are? We're in Paris.
It's like a train.
Where do we find him at the start of this film? Where is Jacob?
He is in like a dream. He is in a love-drunk stupor. Well, I don't want to ruin it, but yeah, it was a really fun scene to play.
There's a wonderful chemistry and partnership with you and Eddie Redmayne between you and Jacob. What do you think the connection is between those two characters?
Yeah, it's the bromance there. I think it's similar to a lot of archetypical characters throughout Hollywood history and even mythological history. People see the two body types together. They whatever they think, it's like Laurel and Hardy, or they think Sherlock and Watson, or whatever they're already kind of template they're putting on that, and then we are bringing our awesomeness to it. And our relationship, the new twist, and JK's twist.
And the beasts.
And the beast. We got the beast going.
And Queenie.
And the Queenie of it all, and the Tina of it all. And yeah, it's I love the scenes in this one. The first one, the relationship was built on, with me and Newt, it was built on him like, how do I talk to people? I like to talk to the creatures.
Yeah.
And this one is like, how do I talk to Tina? And it becomes like, oh man, that's...
He's his confidant.
Say what?
He's his confidant.
Exactly. Yeah. And he's, they help each other out along the adventure. It's classic friendship, hero's journey storytelling.
Yeah. Listen, I love the film. It's absolutely brilliant. I can't wait for the next one as well.
Yeah, me too.
But I can't say anything. Have a great night tonight. There's so many people want to see. So busy on that carpet now. It's crazy. But it's great to have you here. Everybody, let's hear it for
Darling,
Danke
Shane. Thank you for... Wait a minute. That's not French.
Welcome to the world premiere of Fantastic Beasts: Crimes of Grindelwald here in Paris and live to 20 cinemas across France and worldwide streaming. Wow!
It's incredible. Good evening. Good evening to Edith. Good evening, everybody. We are delighted to introduce to you tonight the cast and the crew of this film. Some new faces that you don't know yet, some that you've already discovered in the previous film. Let's start by introducing you to some of the new cast members. Let's start with the man who plays Yusuf Kama, William Nadilam. Also with us tonight, playing the mysterious Nagini, Claudia Kim. Newt's older brother, Theseus Scamander, Callum Turner. Zoe Kravitz playing Lita Lestrange. And the younger version of the beloved Albus Dumbledore himself, Mr. Jude Law.
Put your hands together, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back Jacob Kowalski. Dan Fogler is here, everyone. Playing the gorgeous and brilliant Queenie Goldstein is Alison Siegel. He's awesome. It's Ezra Miller, ladies and gentlemen. Tina Goldstein, played by Catherine Waterston. And Mr. Eddie Redmayne. welcome to Paris.
Thank you.
Can I ask you what you think Harry Potter and Fantastic Beasts fans will get from this film?
Oh, that's a question, Ian. Joy. Hopefully a lot of joy. No, what I love about this film is, from Newt's point of view, it's new creatures. There are extraordinary new Chinese creatures called the one called the Zhou. There are baby Nifflers. The breakout star of the first film was the Niffler, and he has had some babies. And well, it's just for me, it's got this extraordinary kind of thriller quality, but it's also got joy and romance and comedy.
So thanks. I think what's exciting is having set up this idea of the Wizarding World in the 20s and visiting different countries. In this one, it links up with familiar characters and places from the Potter film and book series, and so the two worlds are suddenly linking. And I think for fans, it's going to be very exciting.
Thank you.
Jude, thank you so much. Also with us tonight, you guys, two men who have truly brought the Wizarding World to life for all of us around the world. The producer, David Heyman, and the director, David Yates.
Yeah.
Come on up, guys. Join me, come on up. Welcome. Thank you so much. Such an incredible cast that you've been able to all bring together with us tonight. Can you tell us a bit more about working together to bring the magic of this movie really to life?
Well, we try, even though this is a huge movie that's effectively seen all over the world and people from different cultures embrace this storytelling, we try and create a very family atmosphere when we make these movies. So it's almost like making an independent film. And these guys are all brilliant. They're not just gifted artists, but we purposefully also cast very nice people because we knew we were going to spend a very long time with them. And so we made sure we got good people we liked and enjoyed spending time with, who were also extremely talented.
Oh, sweet. David?
Well, it also helps having the soft-spoken, willful, but soft-spoken and incredibly kind and generous director in David Yates.
They all agree.
And of course, Joe's work. Joe's work inspires us all and really does unite us in a very clear and profound way. So we all feel really devoted to her and to the work that to the words she has given us. And that again brings us all together. And as David said, it's like a family.
Funny you should say that, because let's be honest, none of us would be stood here on this stage tonight if it wasn't for this extraordinary woman's creative vision. Please can you put your hands together for the exceptional J.K. Rowling. There she is. Joe.
The double door.
Joe, can I ask why? What was the inspiration to set in the film in Paris? Why did you want to set the film in Paris?
Bonsoir. Je vais l'essayer en français.
Ah, bravo!
Alors, comme certains d'entre vous le savez peut-être déjà, j'ai passé un an à Paris quand j'étais étudiante, et cela reste un de mes endroits préférés au monde. Et il faut dire aussi que j'adore les fans français de Harry Potter, qui ont été merveilleux pour moi au fil des années. Et finalement, nous espérons que vous appréciez le film. C'est tout.
Joe just wanted to say to us that she spent a year here as a student, and Paris has always been such an incredible and moving place for her. Thank you so much for that. So beautiful, especially speaking in French. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for the phenomenal cast and crew from Fantastic Beasts: The Crimes of Grindelwald. Smile for for some pictures with these guys just for a second. Forward first. Forward first.
Everybody go this way
Forward
for a
first.
big picture.
There we go.
There you go.
There we go. I'll take the microphone. Sorry, Joe. Thank you. Thank you, guys. I'm fine. I can hold them.
Ladies and gentlemen, the cast and crew of Fantastic Beasts, The Crimes of Grindelwald. On vous souhaite tous une excellente soirée à tous les fans français qui sont venus de partout dans la France. On vous souhaite une excellente soirée et merci beaucoup à vous tous d'avoir passé ce moment avec nous. Thank you so much to all of you for turning out for this great world premiere.
Now I have one job left for our cast and crew, if that's okay. If you guys wouldn't mind turning around this way and facing the cinema, because we are going to do a countdown to start your film, if that's okay. So if I can have the countdown on the screen, please. And then I want you all, everybody here as well, to do a countdown from 5. You ready? Here we go. 3, 2, 1. My lights, perfect.
Pas pour la photo? Non, c'est bon, elle a récupéré, elle les a pris tout à l'heure. Attention, c'est un des deux.
Thank you again to everyone so much, and good evening to all of you. He's wishing you all a wonderful evening. Thank you, and have a great evening. Good night.